Hey, it's Trixie. Welcome to the underground. Okay, I'm stuck in. I feel like Jack Nicholson in The Shining. I can't get out of the house. No one can on the eastern seaboard from Texas, and they don't know what they're doing down there. They don't know how to drive in the snow. I mean, I don't like to drive in it either, but it's gonna. I'm worried about power outage. The Patriots are playing today. I mean, they're not playing in Foxborough, thank God, but Denver, I don't think it's going to hit Denver, but they won't be able to breathe anyway over there. Okay. I guess I'm picking the Patriots since Bo Nix has no ankles. And I never did believe in the Rams, even though they won. They're all turnovers, except for Seattle. Seattle's played the best out of any of them. So I'm gonna really still pick Seattle for the Super Bowl, although Patriots, you never know what they're gonna do. So let's start. I'm not gonna depress you too much, but a little bit. Don Sidious said, this was at Focus on the Family. I saw this. Don't even ask me why I was on the website. God is very proud of the job I've done. I don't know which God he's praying to. Not up there. But anyway, what? Creating chaos? You know, I mean, they're shooting citizens left and right. They shot another one that was a nurse. Intensive care nurse. Trying to help other protesters that they're being sprayed in the face. Did you see the close range? They're spraying the pepper spray on these people. Oh, I'm not like I said, I'm not the type to protest. What did Gady Vance say? He said they should write an op-ed instead of protesting. I mean, I guess so while we still can. Unbelievable. So I'm just thinking, like, arresting 5-year-olds. What exactly is God proud of? They arrested a 5-year-old. Did you see that one with the backpack and the scared look on his face? They used him to lure the father out of the house. Maybe the father was illegal. I don't know. I don't really call people illegal, but I just don't like what's going on. And I don't think the rest of the country, maybe the few, the cult people, but I think there's less and less of them, thank God, because when I see them now, I'm like, are you nuts? Anyway, because I'm friends with a couple. Who is he suing now? He's suing somebody. I'll think of it. I think he's suing Jamie Dimon. JP Morgan? Oh my God. $5 billion I think he's suing him for. Stephen Miller, Goebbels, as Steve Bannon calls him, tweeting, quote, tragic, because there's 3 lesbians on Star Trek. Does he have nothing better to do than, complain about gay people and really the destruction of the United States? Really, I saw a video, I think it was on Jimmy Kimmel, of him in high school when he ran for, I think it was high school. It must have been high school or college, but I think he was young. Running for class president, complaining that he had to pick up trash and that the janitor should be doing it. He was bad back then. They had to physically pull him away. Security. School security. Okay. Sign of the Times in New York Times. In Pennsylvania, those MAGA stores? I see them all the time when I'm doing fairs. They have, Make America Great Again hats, and that's where they get all those crazy shirts with, a nice muscle body and Trump's face on it. It's transposed. Anyway, they're closed. Yeah, because I think that they're losing their people. He's losing independence for sure. I mean, his crowd, they will follow him right into the depths of the 8th circle of hell. He sent ICE to Maine, that hotbed of crime. I mean, really, it's 95% U.S.-born citizens. And I think mostly are white. So I think it's basically just, I hate to say the word. I don't like to use the word Nazi, but like Nazi tactics. Not Nazi, but Nazi tactics. Kicking in doors, pulling people out. That old guy they pulled out of the shower like half naked. A U.S. citizen. See, oh yeah, we're only going to take the criminals. The criminals are the ones doing it. Like, stop. Why don't you vet them better? You're getting a bunch of assholes. Like, not all of them. I don't want to say all of ICE, but they're making him look bad, On the cover of The Economist, there's a shirtless Trump. Haven't we endured enough? A shirtless Trump? Sitting on a polar bear. Yeah, because he doesn't care about global warming, that's for sure. Although, what's global warming today? There's going to be 2 feet of snow. Anyway, yeah, I can't go out. I hate being trapped. Like Jack Nicholson in The Shining. So it was like that Putin. Remember that Putin picture? Like he's shirtless. But Putin has like a body. Like when he was on the horse. I mean, really scary. So it's like Putin without the muscles. Americans paid 96% of the cost of Trump's tariffs. And we wanted to slap some more on all the other countries that were going against us because we wanted to take Greenland by force. So he calls it Iceland. I got that from the Hill. According to CBS YouGov poll, 1 year into his presidency, this is how we feel. 54% are uneasy. 51% frustrated. 47% unsafe. Yeah, I'm like in there. 42% exhausted. All right, I'm there too. 25% confident. What are you confident about? That we're going to get destroyed? That's his base. 21% satisfied. Yeah, kill more citizens. That's what we want. There's some really bad people that like him. Not everybody. There's a lot of nice people, but like, how can you even feel good? I mean, I'm talking to people about the lesbian getting killed. Oh, she put herself in that place, in that position. She asked for it. She asked for it to get shot in the head 4 times. I mean, really? I don't even care if she did anything wrong. You don't really, because I see cops chasing people that are crazy, worse than what she did. And at least on Patrol Live, at some point I'm like, will you tase them? Because they're very restrained. These ICE agents are not. The S&P 500 stock market dropped $750 billion when he was over there talking about taking Greenland. $750 billion in loss of wealth after he said we're going to take Greenland. That's more than the country costs. Great. Now it's back. I had a woman tell me a couple days ago, she said, I couldn't stand it. I was at the gym and I heard 2 guys laughing at how good the Dow was and a woman got involved. And I'm like, you really can't say anything because that's where their head's at, that they care about money over murder, over people losing health care. You really got to be like one cold sap of shit to not really care about your other Americans, and only until it affects you. That's the way it is. And yeah, my 401k looks good, but I'd rather have a quiet country. I mean, I can't believe this is my country. I cannot believe that, like, what the streets of Minneapolis look like. And maybe here, maybe they're going to come here and do it. Who knows? Anywhere where it's a blue state, although Maine is it's not red, but it's kind of mixed. They have a Republican, Susan Collins, our Secretary of Agriculture. Listen to this one. She said we can get by with 3 meals for $15 a day. Well, let's starve her. She said like a piece of chicken and broccoli. I don't even think you can get a hamburger. Go to McDonald's. You can't get out of there for $15. I really think, Brooke Rollins, you need to wake the F up. These people, you kind of think, I do believe in invasion of the body snatchers or the brain. They're screwed up. They're just not human. TMZ, a woman applies vaginal juice to her neck to attract a man 50 times a day. How does she get that much vaginal juice? That's what I want to know. It sounds like a witch ritual. Are you crazy? And why does this attract a man? Some men don't like to go even down there. I'm not talking about me, but other guys. I saw the woman. If I wouldn't have believed it, but I saw the video of her, and she's like this and this, and I can't imagine wiping that juice on my neck. Although there's less of it when you're my age. But anyway, she uses coconut oil to lubricate. Washes her hands constantly. Yeah. Oh, we're grateful for that. I wonder what her therapist says about this. And is she still single? That's what I'd like to know. She says she's always rubbing down there. Don't you have like much more? I mean, go watch Bravo or something. I wish she would do it like in secret instead of, they showed it. They really showed her like doing it. It sounds like something on that the show My Strange Addiction, where they eat dryer sheets. She keeps it in a bottle like baby oil. She's in her 30s and she's never had a relationship. Yeah. If I saw like my girlfriend say, here, you want to rub some vaginal juice on me? Oh my God. Okay. Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, dinner from hell. Okay. Rachel had a dinner and okay. Oh, this was kind of fun. I love this show. It gets better and better. So it opens up. Kyle walks out of her house. There's 5 black cars. They all look the same in the driveway. And then she brings the wrong keys. Yeah, how can you tell which car is which? Then she couldn't get out of the driveway because there's too many black cars blocking her view. Kyle tattled on Jennifer Tilly. She told Sutton what Jennifer said. This is why Garcelle left, and it's all about Sutton. And I don't know why Kyle would say that, and that kind of got her in trouble. But they were in 159-degree sauna. I would die. I couldn't imagine, but maybe that's what made her tell her story. She thought she was going to die. Who knows? When Dorit got divorced, PK was her manager, so she's got a new management. It looks like two brunette chicks. Kyle said Tilly said Sutton can be problematic, and Sutton called Jen mean. Oh, she should talk. She's the mean queen. So, okay, let's go for the dinner from hell. The power's out, which could happen over here. I'm scared to death that I will be watching the Patriots and then no power. There's a psychic in there, okay? Remember the last one? The Long Island medium, Allison Dubois, with the cigarette? Telling Kyle, you're going to get divorced from your husband after your kids grow because he's not going to ever emotionally fulfill you. It ended up being true. But anyway, so Dorit brings up she's writing a book with a ghostwriter. And then Amanda, who nobody likes, Amanda said, I just wrote a book myself. So she turns it on her. The women don't like, she puts other people down and then talks about herself all the time and, lifts herself up. She was going through an anniversary of her kid, Zion. He died at like 5 days old, which is pretty sad. I didn't know that. But Dorit snapped at her at dinner. She's saying, speaking of things coming out of your mouth, I heard you don't think I should talk about PK because it's going to ruin the custody hearing. It's going to damage my chances of getting custody of my children. And then she starts going, this is the third anniversary of my Zion's death. And Kathy goes, who's that? Your dog? Kathy. Unbelievable. Sutton then talked to Jennifer Tilly that Kyle told her, and they made up because Jen's just, how can you hate Jennifer Tilly? So the psychic is shuffling the tarot cards and for Dorit, and one of them spills onto the table, and it was like 16 swords. So like 16 swords on somebody's head, like a male head. So it was probably PK. So the psychic goes, yeah, it's literally a hard ending. So Dorit talked about it to Amanda, and Amanda's all depressed. Then Amanda gets up and goes to leave because she's crying. And then Dorit tries to dry her tears. And Amanda's like, don't touch me. But I think Dorit should have laid off her a little bit because she was going through that. I mean, I don't like her, but, don't pile on if somebody's sad or depressed. She, get her next time. So next week, Dorit said she read a blurb in Amanda's book that said she was in a cult. Can't wait for that one. Okay, let's go. Okay, how about the FBI seizing the phone of that Washington Post journalist? They don't care about the First Amendment, huh? I guess this was about a whistleblower. So there was a government contractor who was accused of illegally having classified materials. I guess only Trump is allowed to do that. I don't know. A memo from May 12th from the acting director, Todd Lyons of ICE, shared by two whistleblowers with Richard Blumenthal, the senator from Connecticut. They were saying that ICE, the officers are allowed to enter homes without judicial warrants. This is crazy. We are getting into Nazi territory. That's supposed to be where are the Republicans? Like, I remember G. Gordon Liddy saying something about, shoot them in the head if they come through the door and they're trying to take your family. Shoot them in the head because they're wearing flak jackets. Where are the Republicans talking about protecting your home? I mean, I think they did say something with the nurse who just died, who got shot, because I guess he had a gun, or they say he had a gun. He was a gun owner, and he was holding actually a phone, and they shot him. I think 4 times. I mean, they just are trigger happy. These guys are just like, they're watching too many like cop movies or something. Like they just want to fire the weapon for no reason. It's awful. Do something else. Try non-lethal force, Okay, you want a pepper spray? Fine. Don't be shooting 5 shots into somebody's head. That's insane. Like I said, Don Sidious is suing, according to CNBC, JP Morgan Chase with Jamie Dimon as CEO for $5 billion, alleging the bank closed his accounts. Guess when? Right after January 6th. He's saying political reasons. I don't know, maybe. Who knows? But Trump was saying he debanked me. He shouldn't be debanking. It's so wrong. The mighty moral compass has spoken. Don Jr. owns a nightclub or a club, whatever, in D.C. called the Executive Branch. How much does it cost? $500,000 for membership. Wow, more money for your Coke, baby. Shh, I didn't say that. Allegedly. Taylor Swift quote of the day: "Quote: Just be yourself. There's no one better." Got that from ED. Sorry, I'm still remnants of being sick. I just got my voice back. What's all this stuff with Brooklyn Beckham and her son? I'm sorry, Brooklyn is the son. Victoria Beckham dancing at his wedding, like suggestively with her kid. That's kind of weird. That was the first dance. It should be with his wife. But I guess they don't like the wife. I don't know what's going on. But it sounds like something out of Oedipus. He's not happy. And yeah, you take your wife first. You marry your wife. She's nuts anyway. She's part of the Spice Girls. I mean, what do you expect? I don't think she wants to. I hope not. Trump is making the whole world hate us. Make America go away hats. Hey, that's pretty cool. Did you see all the protests around the world? Like how bad we look. It's just Yankee go home. I resent being called a Yankee. I'm a Red Sox fan. He wants everybody to hate us. He loves it. He thrives on that hatred. The owner of a bakery near where I live in East Longmeadow, Mass, getting death threats for selling F-U-C-K, ice cookies. I guess they sold out in minutes. And I'm not going to say the name of it, but the profits are going to the Immigrant Defense Project. Don Sidious reporters are threatening her children, her family. It's like the Sopranos, these people. The Washington Post, White House told CBS to run the Trump interview unedited or get sued. He just loves to sue. I mean, they just do not like the First Amendment for some reason. Trump was talking to Zelensky and was jealous because I guess they called off the midterms or the elections. This is according to CNN, because there was a war going on. I mean, we had a war in 1812. We still went and voted, but I think he's going to try to create so much chaos in every city. Do we have enough agents to actually do that? I don't know. The doctor who treated, this is from The Hill, former Vice President Dick Cheney called for congressional inquiry into Donald Trump. Fitness for president. That's Dr. Jonathan Reiner. That's Cheney's cardiologist. He tweeted on X this idea that the U.S. is entitled to Greenland's earth minerals. Basically, we have didn't he say something like, oh, just because a boat landed, that they aren't entitled, Denmark's not entitled to have Greenland. Well, didn't we have the Mayflower? I mean, the same. Why do you think we got here? What are you talking about? Nobody actually was here, except the Native Americans. Nancy Mace introduced a bill to prevent felons from working in federal and D.C. government jobs. Seriously, really? What about one in the White House? Is he exempt? He's the only felon who's allowed to serve. Although, I don't really agree with that case with Stormy Daniels. I don't think they should have. It did look bad. I mean, I don't give a crap if he sleeps with a porn star. That's him and Melania's problem. Okay. Canada, this is what he said. Canada lives because of the United States. Did you see that speech with Mark Carney? And I guess Trump threw him out of the peace thing. He's got some peace thing, and he threw him out. I think that guy made the most brilliant speech I've heard in a long time. And so he said this to Mark. He said, Canada lives because of us. Remember that, Mark, before you make your statements at the World Economic Forum in Davos. I can't believe that somebody just used duct tape. I don't know what to say. Oh, I don't know what to say. Okay, anybody. So the CEO of healthcare companies like United Healthcare, they were grilled on Capitol Hill. They blamed, of course, pharmaceutical companies and hospitals, and they still, I know because I'm going through this now. They have pharmacy benefit managers that I thought Trump was going to get rid of. But I guess even Republicans, Georgia Buddy Carter asked the CEO of United Healthcare, Stephen Hemsley, if he ever looked patients in the eye after denying them meds. And, I need prior authorization for everything, although I'm getting it for all my drugs. My drugs have skyrocketed because of what I'm on. But you know what? I'll just deal with it. No big deal. At least I can pay for it. But I need a referral for every single doctor that's not a GP, which I'm not used to doing. I'll get it, but it's a pain in the ass to do that every year till I'm dead. The CEO of United Healthcare gets $60 million in stock-based pay, and people are getting denied care, which I don't like that. And the guy, the Georgia guy, was saying, "I'm the one who had to tell them that on your behalf, that your meds aren't covered," because he used to be a pharmacist. I just don't understand. Okay, I'm done. My voice lasted for 21 minutes. I can't see outside because it's a damn blizzard. Love you guys. Stay safe. Don't go outside for like the next 3 days. Love you. Bye.